still with these lions here, if you look carefully on the belly or the stomach, excuse me, of the white young male that's lying there, he's got a bit of a blood stain and his belly looks a bit full. They may have caught something small last night, maybe an impala, especially the vegetation where they were found earlier. When they follow them to here, along that dry riverbed, there will be normally bushbuck and other small antelopes feeding on the vegetation along the banks, because there's a bit of greenery because of the high water level. So definitely caught something small that didn't feed all of them. As I said, if they kill something small, not everybody gets to eat. And he seems to be the one that's got a bit of a blood stains amongst all of them, and others doesn't. So they may have had a little bit or a very small antelope that fed them last night to get them going another day or two. As you can see, they're still looking around, because if it was something really small, then not everybody got to eat. They might want to eat something else again. So yeah, these young males as well will participate. It's a chance for them to start learning, because soon they might be by themselves, so they need to gain more experience so they will be able to hunt for themselves as soon as they not with the pride anymore, or not with these lionesses, because it's the three of them, including two young females that may go back and join the pride, and these guys are going to be by themselves for the next maybe 2-3 years, because that's when they'll be fully matured in 5-6 years. So these guys are only 3 years old now, so they still have a long way to go. So we're hoping they make it to adulthood. As you listen from a distance, you can hear a hippo that's gone quiet now, and the wind is blowing away from us. Yeah, the female white lion is further to the left, so she's also gonna go back and join the pride, but the young male is gonna be with the two tawny ones there, and then that one that's closer to the tawny lion is the female white lion, and the one that's lying by himself is the young male. So you can see it's just started developing his mane, but the two there are the normal ones. Those are the two that I said. It's really nice because it's 3 young males, including the white one. So he's got company, even if they're not with the pride. And then it's going to be really nice for him, because the two will look after him. Unlike his brother, the Birmingham male, he was the only young male that survived in his litter. So his chances were very slim. That's why he didn't leave the pride. Even as we speak, once in a while he'll follow and join the pride and try get something to eat from the pride when the two Ross males are not with the pride. But otherwise, yeah, looks like they slowly lying down, looking for a place to sleep. They're gonna lie down here, but as soon as it starts getting too hot, they definitely know how to find the shade. They're gonna move from where they are and find a different spot where they're gonna lie down for the day. I'm just hoping something will come over to drink. We might see them quickly get up as well, because even though that white one in the middle there, he looks fast asleep, but he's not. Yeah, definitely, but it's not gonna be like complete white, as you can see. If you look at the color of the mane, it's sort of like tawny bit, but it's going to be a blonde, beautiful mane. As you can see, if you look at the size of his paws, even though he's 3 years old, that's a big boy, and I'm hoping to see him till his adulthood to see how big he's going to get compared to what he looks now. But yes, definitely his mane is going to look very beautiful, unlike the other normal lions. Not that the other lions are not beautiful, but it's really beautiful to see one like this with the mane and what the mane is going to look like. It's not going to be complete white though. Let's sit here another 20 minutes or so and see what these lions are doing. Otherwise we're going to leave them in peace and find them this afternoon. Yeah, it seems like these lions are not going to do much. Probably this is it for the day. They're just going to lie here and hope something come up. As soon as it starts warming up, they'll look for a shade. Maybe spend another 5 minutes here. If they don't do much, then we're going to leave them, come back this afternoon and see what happened during the day, because this is normally what they'll do. And you see maybe 1 or 2 of them have eaten, so they don't really have to go and hunt. But before I leave here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to circle around and see if there's anything on the other side, what they may be watching. So it's very interesting, because they're not taking their eyes off the area where they're looking. If you go over to the far left, you can see the white one, the female, is also paying attention to whatever the 2 brothers are looking at. So maybe definitely something that they'll be watching on the other side. That's why I said before we leave here, we're going to try circle around and see what these animals are looking at. As you can see, the big one is also heads up, looking at the same thing. This shows how good their senses are. As I said earlier, these animals may have very good senses, way better than us, good sense of smell, hearing, eyesight, and then they can be seeing something far away through the trees that we cannot see from where we're sitting. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, last I've sat with the 2 Ross males, and then they looked like they were lying flat, very fast, asleep, and all of a sudden they had something that we couldn't hear. They got up and ran, and we tried to follow them, and we couldn't catch up with them through the bushes, and we decided to switch off the vehicle. Then 15-20 minutes later, we had them growling at each other. From where they were, that was a distance of about 3 kilometers, and the Pride had a kudu kill. So that's the furthest I've watched them running from the one spot to the next destination. So I'm not sure how far they can hear. I can look out for that and find out for you. But they've got good senses though. So 2-3 kilometers from where they were, and they run in a straight line. They had the lions feeding that far, and then they got up and ran and get that. But I know sometimes with these senses, another lion will be roaring maybe 10-12 kilometers away, and easily the one lion can pick that up. And we can't hear, maybe we can just hear that maybe 7 kilometers, but another lion can easily pick up another lion sound from 10-12 kilometers when he roar, like a full roar, not a low contact. You can see they're all looking in that same direction, so there's definitely something slowly making its way into the water, hoping gonna see something here, not too long. As you can see, earlier on I mentioned that Old Lioness being the only lion with the experience, so she's up and scanning carefully. So there's definitely something that's drawing their attention. You can see she's looking as well. If there was nothing, then she was gonna be lying flat, because she knows exactly what she's doing, unlike these young ones that are just learning from her. But she's definitely noticed something. As you can see, she's watching still in that direction. Very sad now, because the wind is blowing in a direction where they're looking. If it happens to be one of the prey species, they might easily pick up the scent and decide not to come this direction and go the other way. If they were looking into the wind, then the chances were good, but now the chances are slim because they're looking downwind. We're just gonna wait and see what they